All right, so I want to talk about this Conor and Khabib NAC hearing. I know I'm probably a little bit late, but I'm seeing some pretty interesting comments online with people talking about how Khabib's fine was so low so high, and how they've screwed him over and how they've treated Conor like a little baby again, which in my opinion, I don't really see where those people are coming from. I mean, if you follow the sport, you would know that generally if you're getting fined, if an athletic commission is fining you, you're getting fined 20% of your purse, no matter what it is, what you did for the most part. If it's something that's put you in front of the athletic commission and you're in trouble, you're getting fined 20%. And generally they're going to give you a year or 6 months. That's the general suspension time that they kind of hover around with that. So for those people that are saying Khabib got screwed, I mean, look at it, do the math. He got 9 months, 6 months if he does a NAC approved PSA, a public service announcement, probably saying drugs are bad, kids, don't do drugs, or whatever the case may be. So that he can get 6 months if he just does a PSA, and he was fined $500,000, which his purse for the fight was $2 million. If he got fined 25%, that's $500,000. So really, they only added 5% to his fine, and he put the public at risk. That's the difference. That's why Conor only got 6 months and $50K fine. It's because he didn't put the audience at risk. If you look back at the tape, Conor did basically what Conor was supposed to do. Khabib went over the railing for Dylan Dennis. He eagled into the audience. Conor was still standing there. He was probably collecting his breath, to be fair. He just got his ass kicked. But he was still standing there. He didn't leave the ring until he got punched. He didn't even try to leave the ring. When he got snuck, of course, he's going to swing back. He's a fighter. He was going to try to help. He got hit on the actual railing. So if you look back at the tape, it just lines up. The fines and the sentences and everything kind of lines up with the punishment. Khabib should have been punished $500,000 and should have been suspended for 6 months, 9 months, whatever it's going to be. He put the audience at risk. That's the difference. You cannot put the audience or the fans at risk in any event. That's your most important commodity. That's why you're there. That's why you're fighting. That's why you're getting paid millions and millions of dollars to fight. It's because the fans want to see you fight, period. If that's not there, if you hurt a fan and you have a lawsuit against you, or if you have a bad reputation for putting fans at risk when you fight, you're not going to get licensed. That's just how it goes. That's how the fight game is. The fans run the company, and the fighters basically fight for the fans. I mean, it's pretty simple. So when you put that at risk, when you put the fans at risk for a company, they are going to throw the book at you. When you put someone's most primary form of income at risk, they are going to come for you, period. You cannot put fans at risk and get away with it, and Khabib's learning that. Everyone else that watches the UFC, that should have been watching the UFC years ago, is finally learning that that's the most important part of the UFC. You can't mess that up, period. So again, just to kind of recap, Khabib got 9 months, 6 months if he does a PSA approved by the NAC, the Nevada Athletic Commission, and he's fined $500,000. Conor got 6 months and $50,000 because, of course, he didn't put the fans at risk. And that's it. They'll be fighting in 6 months. Probably not against each other, to be honest. Khabib's going to have to fight Ferguson. Conor's probably going to fight Cowboy or someone as kind of a warm-up fight. You can't jump in. Obviously, you learned. You can't just jump in after 2 years and think you're going to take out the best in the game right now. It just doesn't work like that, unfortunately, even for Conor. So yeah, that's my thoughts on the whole situation. I don't feel like Khabib got screwed. I feel like Khabib got what he was supposed to. Now again, don't get me wrong, I love Khabib. I love watching him fight. I wrestled my entire life, so watching a wrestler succeed like that is great for me. Now, of course, I like Conor a little better. I've followed him longer. He's made more of an impact on the UFC and kind of done more for them, but that doesn't mean that I'm going to take his side over someone else, especially in a situation like this. I want to get my true opinion out, and I want you all to know how I feel. I want to know how you feel about it. I want you to, if I'm wrong in something, tell me I'm wrong. Tell me you disagree with my opinion. Let's talk about it. I don't want it to be an argument every time I post a video on this YouTube channel. I don't want to feel like we're arguing with each other to get our point across. That's just not fair. So once again, guys, I appreciate you tuning in. I hope you all have a great rest of your day. I'm passing a cup right now, so that's probably one of the downsides of doing this. I hope you're having a great day, and I look forward to seeing you in the next couple days. Again, I'm going to try to upload maybe 3, hopefully 4 times a week. It just depends on what kind of editing I decide to do, what kind of thumbnails I decide to make, if any. So there's still kind of a lot of stuff up in the air with the channel, guys, but hang with me. We'll get it figured out, and we'll make sure that we're getting you the content that you want very, very shortly. Thanks again, guys. You have a great rest of your night, day, whenever you're watching this, and we'll see you next time.